got to feel in heaven when my lover's near. Lord, let this moment last for another year. Though today has ended, the night's still young, I'd say. Lover, don't go away. Let it be the thing that I am longing for. Let's fly out from Manhattan to the California shore, just to watch the ships at night on the San Francisco Bay. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Don't say you have to go. Don't say you need to run. I'll stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown. Let it be the night that I am longing for. Let's fly down south to Austin or to Ecuador, just to drink pina colada on a hot, wet summer's day. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Yeah!
Here, hang on, I'm getting this out. What is going on here? Hang on, let me just get rid of this thing here. I don't know what's happening here.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. There we are.
Hi, friends.
Ah, there we are. We're here.
Which is a big surprise.
It's not, I was not expecting to be here today. You guys are super lucky.
It's a Hanukkah miracle.
Oh, it's got to check some things here. It is working. Oh, my golly.
Hi.
Okay. Bear with me. This is now going a little haywire. So you talk while I'm just going to quickly fix something.
Tell everybody what happened. So, hi, friends. How are you? Happy Hanukkah. So, we finished shooting our promo. Danny D spent an awful lot of time editing our promo, was in the process of exporting the promo last night, and the computer basically went.
There we go.
So we weren't even sure today if we were going to have a show. We run off computers and stuff.
So this may be a bit different. Some of the things that are going to happen today may not happen as they normally happen. I'm hoping it is. We're running our camera set up a little bit different. We're using an entirely different computer. I notice it's doing weird things whenever I move, so I don't know.
We're a little stuttery.
So we're a little stuttering, but we're here.
Keep us surprised from your end of if it looks okay, and if we sound okay.
Yes.
And we're here.
I think it works okay. I think it's as good as it's going to get. We're here for the most part.
It's a Target special.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Target special.
We're dropping a lot of frames. But that's okay. It'll be fine. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
We're going to make a miracle.
We're going to make a miracle happen.
Happy
I'm going to try and do that. Yes. So we...
Hi.
It's a completely panicky day. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Divine Danny D.
I am Elle Diabloe.
And
hold on. I wanted to not have a hairdo and then have a hairdo.
You had a hairdo and now it's hair done?
There we go. It'll go back up in a minute.
There you are.
I watched it. It should at least make an appearance.
All right. No We are both based in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We are both burlesque performers. I'm a comedian, a host, a producer, a writer.
I am also a host and a producer and a burlesque dancer and teacher and choreographer.
So together we do
A lot of things.
all of it.
All of the things.
And since the pandemic hit and we were all sort of stuck for the most part inside, we took up the stir-crazy Saint-Cassette mantle and decided to bring good food, good cocktails,
And some entertainment.
and some weirdness
Hopefully.
to everybody.
I'm just making sure no one's knowing. I'm checking on our tech, basically.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. And again, if there is a tech issue, please let me know. I'm going to try and fix it. It's a little bit different than how I've normally done it. I'm not crazy about how this setup is done, but it's going to be super cool today because today is Chanepisode.
It's Chanepisode?
Chanepisode. It's our Chanaka Chanepisode. Hanukkah episode.
Yes, you say that very well for
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yes. Well, I think it's very important to be able to know how to say the words correctly when they're not in your vocabulary.
Okay, I think
Unless it's French, then I just haven't learned it all.
I think in the West it's fairly fair to not assume that people are going to, at the beginning of everything.
Hanukkah, I think it's one of the best parts of the...
You could say Happy Hanukkah also, and that's, a lot of people say that.
I worked with a lot of
wrong.
Jewish people in Vancouver because I worked in Toronto business for a long time. And so I had that forever, for a very long time in my life.
A lot of that.
It's excellent. It's an excellent sound to have in your life.
I think so.
It's a really good
I
one.
think so.
Yeah. So today we are going to make
Latkes.
latkes.
Well, duh.
It's Hanukkah.
It's Hanukkah.
You have to have latkes.
Yeah,
What?
Latkes, and we're also going to make homemade applesauce.
Applesauce. Pork chops and applesauce.
No, not pork chops. It's a Jewish holiday. We're going to make a latkes.
But if it was the
and
Brady's
applesauce.
were Jewish, they would have pork chops and applesauce.
If the Brady's, maybe they'd have beef chops.
You know that episode?
Pork chops.
Pork chops and applesauce.
It sounds very familiar.
It's from the Brady Bunch.
Yes.
You know what's happening? Why that's lying pork chops and applesauce?
No, but I think someone's missing a tooth. Maybe.
No, it's not. If you know why tell me who the character is off the Brady Bunch and why they are saying pork chops and applesauce. If you know that, put it in here. I want to see if anybody else knows it because it's one of my favorite little pieces. I'm a Brady Bunch fiend. I love the Brady Bunch.
Do you know this is the first time in the 6 years that we've been together that you've ever said that?
I love the Brady Bunch. It's always one of my favorite shows.
You heard it here first. So did I.
We should do a Brady Bunch episode.
We should.
But
In the new year.
Yeah, well, we can have 7 other people.
Or we just make duplicates of ourselves.
If you could be anybody in the Brady Bunch, who would you be?
I don't know. I've never really given it any thought.
I'd be Alice.
I was going to say Alice is probably the best, but
The rest of them are kind of pretentious.
and all I could hear in my head when you asked the question was Marsha, and I'm like, no,
No.
that's not right. But
Anyways, so
anyway.
I'm making applesauce.
Applesauce and latkes, because you eat those together. I prefer my latkes with sour cream, and we have some of that in the fridge because we didn't eat them.
I have to have both.
You need to have both?
Applesauce and the sour cream are mandatory.
See, and you know
for
how
a good latke.
y'all know how I feel about sweet and savory combination, so I'm like, nope, sour cream on the latke,
Mhm.
no applesauce.
I think somebody's saying my audio levels are quite low for you. I've turned it up an extra 10 decibels or so. Wow, that's kind of odd because I was worried that my audio levels were kind of high just looking at my meter here. So
They seem a bit fine, but I can go boop.
We just
Do
don't
that a
want to
little
do that. Like,
how's that, Sean? Is that okay? Can both of you to be
both
clear?
of us.
Well, I've turned up the mixer channel a little bit.
Is it the BASF commercial from the 80s
No.
where the guy was sitting in the chair and it blew him away? I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's all right. I one of the things that I'm not 100% sure is the first time we're running this show out of this computer, and I know it's a little slow and a little stuttery. You can tell I can do this, and then I do it there.
Yes, I saw that. It's
So,
confusing to me.
It's a little weird. So there are going to be issues. Though here's okay. You explain what happened. So I'm
Yes.
working on stuff. Everything was great. Everything is lovely. It's one of those beautiful computer cases where, there was a small problem. So I did what I would normally do, being a fairly advanced computer user. I just first step when something's not working, you turn it off and turn it on again. It's a very, very simple thing. It works for almost all major problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I restarted the computer. Problem persisted.
Mm-hmm.
There's a weird light fuzz that makes them low. Weird light fuzz that makes them low but we understand. Let me, I will, there's a possibility I know what that is. Maybe I'll try and fix it later. But if are you guys, can you not hear? Let us know if you just can't hear.
Or if it's like
Because
unbearable.
if you can't hear, I will go into trying to fix it. If it's just slightly low, then my solution is, and I don't know if you know about this, there's a knob.
Just let us know.
Anyways, Misty says they can hear. Cool. So did the normal thing. It wouldn't work, and the problems that were persisting. And generally, it's one of the few times where I will completely lose my mind.
It's a truth
And
fact.
if you were here for the first Stir Crazy After Dark, you know it to be a fact that if there's a tech problem that for some reason I can't solve, I will lose my mind. And last night I lost my mind. I ended up having to call tech support, which is when I have to call tech support, something is terribly wrong. Was on the phone with Apple for a long time. Eventually, I tried doing had to take it to Apple today, which was weird in the pandemic, but Apple were very nice, very good, and they had everything very well socially distanced. Ended up we tried to fix it, guy couldn't figure it out, he took it in the back. Long story short,
Too late!
no, it's all very important. It's all better. They fixed it.
Well, they fixed it. We'll get it back tomorrow.
But they figured out what the problem was, and it was a hard drive issue that was something that had been corrupted, that they had to completely redo a bunch of stuff and already sorted out. It has been restored, so next week we'll be back to normal, and I'll have to rebuild everything from scratch again, which means that maybe we'll tweak some things.
Who knows?
So
Stay
everything
tuned.
has been fine. It's remedied. I hope everybody is good.
Let's check them out.
By the way, you know what I'm making today?
What are you making
Let me
today?
tell you what I'm making today. It's another original Duy-An cocktail.
Uh-huh.
Well, an adaptation. I will say it's an adaptation on an existing cocktail. The original cocktail I thought sounded way too sweet, and this one is pretty sweet still. That was way too sweet, so I updated. This is what I'm calling the Flaming Guilty Gelt. I wanted to incorporate two things because it's Hanukkah. I like the idea of Gelt, so chocolate and gold in some way, and I like the idea of fire, somehow it being on fire.
You're on fire!
To tie in with Hanukkah. So I took an existing cocktail called the Bailey's Comet and just slightly adapted it a little. Maybe it was a little inspired from last week's Pirates.
Cool.
And we've come up with this cocktail called the Flaming Guilty Gelt. It's a little chocolatey, it's got some gold in it, and it's really good. I had a few to make sure last night. Plus, a sexy woman
Our
is back
sexy woman is back.
with something incredibly weird.
I love it.
And a promo that we didn't get to.
And yes,
You will get to see.
we are premiering the promo on the show.
First time we've ever
Yes.
premiered a promo. All right,
Shall we see who's
let's
here?
go see the people.
Hey, everybody, look at us. This is working better. That camera does a little bit
I like
better.
when my mom tells us, let the audience check their settings. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, there we are. Everybody, we got lots of people
Ooh.
here. Debbie's here, and Mr. Colton, seen from
Sean Colton?
Mr. Sean Colton, I said.
I know,
Yes.
it's just he always says to me that I can never just say his first name, and it's true. Some
Yes.
people are two named people. Sean
Exactly.
Colton is such a person.
Eliza Perez. And,
Oh, I have a shirt for you.
Yes, and the lovely,
Yael.
lovely Elle Perez is here
Happy
as well.
Hanukkah, friends.
Happy
Hi,
Hanukkah.
Maureen.
Oh, it's so
Misty.
lovely. My mother's been following my tribulations with the computer, so she'll be glad to know that it won't be a big problem. Yes, Galadriel Caress,
Hi, Galadriel
our
Caress.
first sexy woman, which we've missed that sexy
Miss
one. So glad she is here. It's lovely to see you all again. Lovely seeing that dress again.
This is the gift that keeps on
It was a
giving. My sister-
mistake not to say both, Al.
Always.
And Happy Harvey.
Happy Harvey
From
Hanukkah.
Diane Hanukkah.
Happy Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, this is good. We are running the show off of my old laptop, which is like you can't see it. It's a little bit. I couldn't set up the fly cam, so you won't be able to see anything today. But
It's okay. I don't have to keep it anyway.
This is a mess. This
It's
machine.
also sitting on. Thank God I have a home office where Pure Later regularly delivers boxes to our house. So
Why are you
it's
sitting so far back?
Well,
Come
because
in. You can get in there. Get in there with your beautiful face. I don't want
Hi.
that. I don't want to be forefront.
oh
You're the beauty.
oh
I'm-
burp to you, Baron von.
Baron
Stick.
von Stick is burping in our
Bless you.
faces. You want to drink? Should we get a drink in this?
We could show them a promo.
Oh, you want to show them a promo
Yeah,
first?
I'm kind of excited.
Well, let's go talk a little bit about that, shall we?
We shall.
Why not?
I think that worked. Oh, look at this.
Oh, we're back.
So we've been bad with promos the past week. It's been this between a few things around the house but getting in the way, getting some stuff done. Unfortunately, our promos have taken the hit, as in our time availability.
But in 2021,
We won't get. I don't want us to miss promos from now on for the rest of the season. I mean, I'm not going to promise it, but
promos. Oh, I thought you meant for the rest of the year, and I was like, well, that's convenient. We have one episode after this, but
we wanted to do something specifically for Hanukkah,
we did.
and you wrote something absolutely lovely,
Oh, well, thank you.
and I wanted to honor it with how we shot it, and I think we got a weird, lovely little compromise.
We did.
I think I'm gonna post this tomorrow, but I'm gonna post it without the promo element, so that if people want to share this for Hanukkah, it's a little easier
It's
to
our
do.
take on
It's our take on Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
So
Enjoy.
with that
Enjoy.
with that in mind, it's the promo. It's Duy-An and Elle Diabloe's Hanukkah story.
Hanukkah story.
Twas the month of December. On some random night, Danny D looked at Elle. "Are you feeling all right?" Elle was trying so hard not to make him feel bad. But he wasn't wrong. Elle was feeling quite sad. "I'm bummed about Hanukkah," she said with a pout. Danny D understood what this was about. "I thought it was soon, but I wasn't quite sure. Jewish holiday dates seem to change every year. So what's the issue? What's bugging you, honey? Is it something specific, or is it just 2020? I know I should see it through some other lens, but Hanukkah's not the same without family and friends." Danny D didn't like when Diabloe felt crappy. He needed a plan, and it had to be snappy. Whatever he did, it would have to be rad. He'd make the best Hanukkah that she'd ever had. He'd get off the couch, into action he'd spring. He would do it real soon. There was just one small thing. He knew there were candles and presents and sweets, but other than that, he was light on some deets. He wanted to know all the who, what, and why, but should he ask Diabloe or just JFGI? And just then, a memory, as if heaven sent. Danny D had a mission. To the kitchen he went. It was really exciting. This might just save the day. He remembered on Hanukkah there's games you can play. And back in he came with his gift just for Elle. "I'm sorry, my love. What is this, pray tell? I thought that we might want to spin this here ladle." "Oh, Danny, you're sweet. But that should be a dreidel." "Well, what do I know about Hanukkah toys? At least I tried, not like most other goys." And he wouldn't give up. He would have to be shrewd. He knew that the Jews loved their holiday food. And out of the blue, a divine inspiration, a most perfect dish for this celebration. He called out to Elle, "Come into the kitchen. I made you some food. This holiday's bitchin'." Because I know things and I'm eager to please, I prepared the traditional mac and cheese. "Mac and cheese?" Elle asked, clearly confused. She thought for a second, then smiled, quite amused. Then she started to laugh. Nay, she started to wheeze. "Oh, babe, were you thinking of the Maccabees?" "I don't mean to laugh. Truly, I'm sorry. Do you think I should tell you the Hanukkah story? But I wanted to make the best Hanukkah ever. We can do it, my love. We'll just do it together." So Elle got right to it, explaining away why Hanukkah lasts not 1, but 8 days. She told him about why Jews light the menorah, a story that dates way back to the Torah. She told Danny tales of a temple rebuilt and explained the difference between Gelt and Guilt. And in spite of their current quarantine condition, Danny and Diabloe had a brand new tradition. Henceforth, the story of the Maccabees would never be told without mac and cheese. She knew even then, though this year was unique, they could make it great with a couple of tweaks. And with friends and with family, there'd be no regrets. They'd gather together on the internets to share a few bevies and have a few bites, and to celebrate safely the Festival of Lights.
Y'all ready for this?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Elle Diabloe.
And I'm the divine Danny D.
Join us this Thursday, December 10th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter, and Twitch as we celebrate the first night of Hanukkah on the Stir Crazy Sanka set.
Ooh, I can't believe this is our first show of the holiday season. So what are you making?
Well, this will be perfect. There'll be no more crying. We just need potatoes and oil for frying. It'll be wonderful. We'll make no mistakes, because we're making latkes, or potato pancakes.
And to accompany... No running. And to accompany, I'll be taking a little bit of chocolatey sweet, a little bit of gold, and a little bit of fire, and make the flaming guilty Gelt.
So join us, cook with us, drink with us.
Or just join in all the fun and socialize, but distantly.
Check the description below for your ingredients and all your crazy details.
Or visit YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitch, or Twitter at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, December 10th, and join in all that fun.
Do you feel all caught up now?
Yeah, I think Hanukkah's my new favorite holiday.
It's the mac and cheese, isn't it?
No, it's the donuts.
Wait, we never talked about donuts.
Festival of Likes, you say?
I said no such thing.
Just go with it. Festival of Likes, you say?
Are you trying to get them to like and subscribe?
Festival of Likes, you say?
Hey, do me a little favor. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, we could stop this nonsense right now.
Never.
Festival of Likes, you say? That's our Hanukkah promo.
Yay, Hanukkah.
It was the most Hanukkah we could do. I like that. It was fun. I like that. We do a poem written by my lovely wife.
You know, it's really funny. I told you this,
Yeah.
but I'm going to share this with our viewers. Very recently, it would have been my 25th high school reunion if it wasn't for the Rona. And we've got a little Facebook group going, and somebody posted some pictures from our grade 11 high school newspaper. And I used to write stupid poems back in, like, the day, 1995. So it's kind of, I said to Danny today, like, is it cool that I haven't changed at all since high school? Or should I be one of, like, starting to contemplate that I might be one of those people who just knew what I was going to do for my entire life?
It's fair.
Maybe. But yeah, I do enjoy writing a little kid's book.
I didn't quite get my bar prepared in time.
Well, you were busy
I was
rebuilding
busy
the computer,
rebuilding
so
the entire show.
I thought I did a good job, but I guess
This
I
show
missed
is all from scratch. Rebuilt all the files.
everything.
It's a brand new. It's
brand new. It's not necessarily
a brand new
improved.
same show.
It's not necessarily improved, but it is brand new. I'm sorry. I thought I was doing good.
You did a great
I
job.
thought I got all of the accoutrement.
I don't need it. We'll figure it out. Okay, we're good. Are you ready for a drink?
Yes, and thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
for everybody who liked that, thank you very much. This will be up. If you would like to share it with the rest of your Hanukkah families and friends over the next while, we'll have it up on our YouTube channel for you.
Yeah,
Well,
if you like Jews, you can share the promo.
yeah, exactly. You don't have to be Jewish to share
You
the
could
promo.
just,
You're
know,
going to share it
you
because
could like it.
you want to.
you want to share it.
Exactly.
Maybe people will learn things.
The more liking or sharing,
The more
the
you
more
know.
we like and share each other. That's copyrighted.
The stuff
Don't
you
talk quietly
say.
or Sean Colton can't hear.
The stuff we say.
Then we did that for one, didn't we?
The
stuff-
stuff we said.
We said I think it was for the Jello battle. We ended with that our
Yes.
90s promo.
Thank you very much.
All right, are you ready for a cocktail?
I am ready.
I'm ready for
cocktail.
this. Cocktail is kind of fun. Like I say, it's an adaptation of a thing called the Bailey's Comet.
Mhm.
And I really, what I've done,
Well, you talk to the people. I'm
Yes.
gonna put my hair up.
and in
get my-
this, I've basically swapped out one of the key spirits. In the Bailey's Comet, you will find, weirdly, Bailey's Irish Cream, any kind of Irish cream of your choice. Bailey's, of course, is the obvious. But Carolyn's or a homemade. Have you ever made an Irish cream before? Do it. It's a lot of fun, and it's quite easy. I've made it a few times. It was actually a very, very good one I made, and it was the most gross ingredients, but it ended up tasting delicious because I think it was there was like a Sanka or instant coffee was in it. It was amazing. One of the other key ingredients, which is not really to go along with Gelt. For those of you who maybe don't know what Gelt is, do you have any Gelt here, my love?
I'm looking for it as we are speaking.
Gelt. If you don't know what Gelt is these coins. They're chocolate. Everybody's probably seen chocolate gold coins.
Well,
chocolate
in
coins.
Yiddish, technically, Gelt is money.
Money,
So
but you call these Gelt.
this is like a part of the Hanukkah tradition. You get your chocolate Gelt, so it's like little chocolate coins.
Those are what you bet with the
When you spin the dreidel,
in the trailer. You bet
you bet.
on the Gelt.
Look at you.
So I know some things. So I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to add a little chocolate element. Now, Bailey's is not specifically chocolatey, but it has that sort of creamy, chocolatey-esque element. to it.
Also, you're married to an Irish Jew,
Yes.
so it works.
For the gold, we're going to use a little Goldschlager. This gives us our gold leaf, but it also gives us a new flavor, which is not necessarily in Gelt, but I think it really adds to the drink, and that's a little cinnamony touch to it. Now, in the Bailey's Comet, these two things are paired with a butterscotch schnapps,
Oy.
which just sounded cloyingly sweet to me. So instead, what I want to do is add more of that chocolatey note to it and give it a little bit more of a sharp edge. So I'm going to take the same plantation dark rum we used last week in our grog, our fancy grog. It's an excellent rum. It's a really reasonably priced rum. And it has this undernote of chocolate in it. You really can taste it when you're drinking it, especially straight. So I think it's the thing that's going to give us a little bit more of that chocolatey element.
Is that the
this
international
is
dance for chocolate?
This is hula.
No, the hula goes to the side. This is more like.
No, this is hula. This is like hula off, man. Hula off.
What is
When
that?
somebody's getting crazy, you go
Yeah.
hula off, man.
Sure.
You know, in
heard it here
Hawaii, that can also mean come here. Every word in Hawaiian means 5 things, I think.
I've never been. I wouldn't know. I cannot purport to.
You don't know about aloha?
Well, shalom also means a bazillion things.
Oh, really? Does it mean hula off?
No,
Okay, well,
it's one of the things it does not mean. Ironic.
Weird. The other thing that we're going to add, this is going to create our chocolatey Gelt, and we're just going to force a little of that chocolate flavor in by using some of the nice chocolate bitters. That's really going to solidify that chocolate note, bring out the chocolate in the rum. And finally, to get the flaming portion, we've got an overproof 151 rum.
Mhm.
We're going to use that to create a nice little top. I'm going to set that mofo on fire. So it's a very simple drink. I love drinks that are all equal measures. So if you don't remember how to make it, it's just that. So you can go there. See if that works. Didn't think it
Wait,
worked.
no, hold on. Are we?
So click on one. No,
Oh.
go. Try it again.
Hold on. I'm going to try again.
See if it works. No.
No.
So
Now
click on the one.
click on this one.
Yeah. And then hit the little refresh right there.
To refresh.
Boom. Oh, there it is.
Look at this. Is good.
So we're going to make this a little stronger drink too. But again, since both of these are not really overly powerful boozes,
Gold is pretty powerful.
so this is, but we're going to do 1.5 ounces of each of
I
these.
used to drink a lot of that.
So let's start off with our rum. So we're going to go 1.5 ounces of each.
Fois deux.
What it?
Alors trois.
Oh, yeah, it's 11 C's. 11 C's. That's how old Bilbo Baggins was when he tried to leave the Shire. We're going to add a little bit of our Goldschlager. Again, I'm making 2 of these. You can already smell them. It sort of smells like a nice and warm rum pudding. Now we're going to add that creaminess with our Baileys. Oh, lovely. And lovely.
Funny, I can drink Bailey's by itself, but it's very rare. I either drink it in coffee or with like brandy or something else to
I was actually just
you were drinking it with the rum.
With the rum, and it's really nice with that now. Also, we're going to give it a nice strong, a nice eyedropper full of this. We're doing the Mrs. Better's Bitters, which is my favorite chocolate beer. I really like that. We are going to then fill this up with ice.
Move this out of the way.
There you go. Pop that down. There we go. And it's time to shake.
Holiday shaking.
This is actually a drink I should have made 1-to-1 just because I can put more ice in it. It's cool quicker. Good. Got it.
I got my exercise in.
Do you want to grab me the look at that profit. The little the third drawer down? The small strainer?
Third drawer down, small strainer.
Small mesh strainer.
Is not in the third
Should be
drawer.
right there.
Is not in the third drawer. Let me look
It's right
in the there it is.
Heavens. All right, now that we have that, we are going to strain those into coupe. I'm doing these in a fairly wide coupe. What this means is you're going to have a little bit more of the 151 than you might normally have. I generally think this should be done in a narrower coupe, but I think the gold added to it, so we're going with this.
We're going with this. So, which means for you at home, if you use a wider coupe, you might get slightly more tippy.
There you are.
What happened in there?
I don't know what happened in there.
And it also might mean that we might get a little more tippy, which is always fun when we're deep frying stuff. Hold on, I'm just going to fish out whatever that
That is.
whatever that is.
I've got the
you
net
got
here.
oh,
There you go.
Also, I have a bar spoon. I don't know I went for this.
All right, so there we have that. I'll get this out of the way. Should have gone overhead on one of these.
We
I
should
think we
have,
should
but
go.
we'll do it next time.
Well, we'll do it right now, because I'm going to
We will.
fire it up.
I will do it right now because you're going to fire it up.
All right, so now that we have our drink, here's where the magic is going to come in. This is not a garnish drink. So, we are going to take that. There we are. And what we want to do is we want to create a nice layer of the 151.
Boy, that's a lot of 151.
What you want is, like I said, this is going to have to have a lot of 151. That's what I'm trying to do here.
Oh, la, la. If
There
I'm
we go.
still standing at the end of the show, it'll be a Hanukkah miracle.
All right, now that we have that set up,
Holy
comes the fire.
overhead because it's quite a step. Oh, there we go.
It's not quite enough.
I'm fine.
A little bit more. There we go. That one's lovely. There it is.
There we go. I don't know if they can see it from overhead. It's hard to, yeah, you can see the one on the, yeah, you can see they're flaming.
So you can see that
I'm
they're
gonna switch
flaming.
back to the main
Back to
cam.
main cam. There we have. It's a flaming
Yeah.
drink. Gonna give you one of blow
Boy,
yours out.
I don't even want to put my hair or my face anywhere near that.
Give that a second. Now, one of the keys with any flaming drink is once you've blown it out, give it at least 3 or 4 seconds to cool the glass down
Before you stick your face
before
in
you
it.
stick your face in it. And
Oh.
sometimes it'll occasionally relight.
I have a horrible habit of lighting myself on fire, so
There we have.
that's what we call a safety blow. June,
Jen.
L'chaim,
L'chaim.
Happy Hanukkah, Chag Sameach, everyone.
Hug the mayor.
No, don't have the mail.
Oh, no. Wait. I didn't realize we're getting political.
Me neither. It just happened.
I'm sure that cleans up quickly. It's because I don't want
The only thing I find when you use a torch and you need to torch something for that long for it to light is that you do that first, mine at least, that first sip is a bit butane-y.
Yeah, I would normally want to do this with a match. I just realized that a lot of you didn't have that.
I do have matches.
I didn't have. I didn't think of it until literally I had to light it. So, because I was doing it with the torch last night, and the torch was a lot more full, so it was lighting a lot faster. But there we have. I love this drink. I think it's the sharpness of the rum, especially with that top of the overproof. You get the deliciousness.
Mama's gonna have to go slow on that one, friends.
It is a little stronger of a drink. Yeah. So if you like fire rum and chocolate,
If you like fire rum and chocolate and getting drunk really fast,
maybe Banyan by the way.
fire rum and chocolate, I like it.
For a single or for a bar?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
Just fire rum and chocolate. For 25. Rhythmic structure.
Are you talking to me about rhythmic structure?
I am.
I'm the rhyming master blaster.
So there we have. I'm hitting my mic tonight. I'm just trying to wake Sean Colton up. I think that's a good drink. Are you? We're gonna make some.
Can you do me a
I'll do
favor?
that.
No. Can you do that, please? Can you put that up? Thanks.
Bring that onto the thing so that we can see.
I'm gonna bring, but I have a couple of things to do before I bring that onto the thing. I didn't want to do all of my apples just in case they all went really brown. And they, I only cut them like not even an hour ago, and they're browning. And I used quite a bit of lemon juice, but be that as it may, we're gonna make some applesauce.
Applesauce. Nobody's put that down there. What pork chops and applesauce?
I don't know. Maybe ask. I don't know if we have new viewers.
I'm gonna see it. You do that. I'm gonna see if they said.
I'm just gonna give these a quick rinse and peel. My mother's still watching. Ma, do you still have that apple core cutter thing? That was like the most convenient kitchen tool in the world. Something that would have looked preposterous and useless and superfluous. Actually, I was praying for it today. There's this little thing that you put on the apple that
figured out what the problem is with the sound.
What's the sound problem?
Yep, figured out the sound problem.
It's good that I was
Sean.
talking to the friends and you interrupted.
Sorry.
I was telling them riveting stories about apple cores and slicers, but never you mind.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Read what Sean said, and he was right.
What is
Totally.
it?
Oh, I had the audio was picking up the microphone here, not from there. So now you should hear the lovely.
Not making fun of you at all. Thank you for you. And your insight, Sean Colton.
Does that sound better to everybody? All right.
We're peeling some apples. So like I said, I have about 5 already in my little Tupperware over here because I thought we had better things to do together, friends, than to peel, core, and cut like 7 apples. So I did some of them in advance. But not all, because I wanted you to have some of that experience.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know what peeling and cutting apples look like.
There we go. Peeling, cutting your apples.
Yeah,
Like Johnny Appleseed
that's me.
and Johnny Applepeel.
I've never made applesauce before.
No?
No.
Maybe that's. So you didn't make this before we decided to do it?
I did not make the applesauce. Like you explained to the folks today earlier, it's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
Been a week and a half.
You know what's funny about it being a week in a pandemic? It's always a freaking week.
No, I feel like every week fluctuates between being exactly 12 minutes long. You suddenly realize like it's, oh my God, it's at the 17th of December or whatever already. Like, or,
It's the 10th,
no, but it's, you know what I mean? No, actually, no, it's the 17th. Or it feels like every day is 5 months long.
Yeah.
Because there's not, it's like, oh, there's nowhere we're really going to go. So it's
A little bit of monotonies.
a little bit of monotony.
Okay, again,
Here.
about 4 or 5 apples in here. Can I have a spoon, please? Preferably wooden.
We have a wooden
A
spoon.
wooden spoon.
An Odin spoon?
An Odin. That's not a wooden spoon.
Oh, sorry, that isn't an Odin spoon. I was so into the concept of the spoon I was going to get
The
you
Odin spoon.
that I didn't actually think of what I was doing. Here's an Odin spoon for you.
Thank you. You can just put it on the board. Many thanks to you. So you want to use apples for applesauce. I'm telling you this like I'm an expert, like I've been doing. Let's pretend I've been doing this since I was like a wee lass, and I am, for the moment, we're gonna just pretend that I am the applesauce making maven. So the deal is you want to use a softer apple to make applesauce because it'll break down faster.
Yeah.
And you want to go with something I personally like a little bit sweeter. We are going to add a little bit of sugar to this, but nothing too crazy, right? So a Macintosh, a Fuji apple would work well. There's a whole
let me get
bunch.
your
Let me get some recipes.
recipes in
I
there.
don't know if I put proportions up this week because I was kind of like, this to me is very much we'll sort it out as we go situation.
There you go.
Because the ingredients are not super complicated. We're talking about apples, sugar, some cinnamon. Oh, can you grab me some cinnamon, please?
Yeah, for sure.
On the top shelf, I put the one that used to live on the counter on the top shelf in the pantry.
So what do you need?
That's
What?
everybody just watched you go, yeah, sure. What do you
I know.
need?
I'm sorry. I've got 5 things I'm trying to do at once.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon.
That
Okay,
is
thank you.
on the
I know
top
it
shelf.
is.
The
Yeah.
one that used to be in there is in there. Don't just say.
I'm just getting, somebody said there's tech issues, so I'm trying to fix them.
Beauty.
Hang on, bear with.
Everything's bearing with.
That's good.
We have apples. I'm going to add a little water. I'm going to start with about 1/3 of a cup of water. Sugar. I am not going to use this all in one go. Now I will take your metal spoon, please.
Yes. I did hear that one. I'm
I'm
sorry.
a big fan of, let's go for half. Half of a 1/4 cup is about 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm okay with that for now. Like, I think that's fine. We're going to taste it. As the apples break down, it's going to get sweeter anyway. And we're going to hit that with some cinnamon.
There we go.
And I don't know why I'm so whistly tonight.
I don't know either.
Sorry. It's very
Very
not
odd.
like me. Yep. And I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in there. The acid will be good for it. Boom. Groovy. We're going to get that going. We're going to bring it to a boil. So I'm going to stir all of that together. Incorporate the sugar and the cinnamon and the water and the lemon juice. It's a party in a pot. So yeah. Oops. That guy didn't want to be part.
Didn't
of
want
the
to be
party.
part of it all?
No, he wasn't supposed to be part of
It
the
wasn't
party.
supposed to
that
be
guy.
there.
No.
Just trying to figure out where this is
There's
going.
one other guy who
There
doesn't
it
want to
is.
be. Oh, there you go. There we go.
All right.
So I'm going to turn that way up for the moment. We're going to get that boiling.
Okay.
Once it starts boiling, oh, so good.
So good.
You're allowed. We live together. Like
Oh.
just that. I would just eat that. It's really good.
This is my. Well,
But yeah, we're going to get it to a boil. We're going to turn it down to a simmer once it starts to boil. We're going to cover it. I will move it over there because I'm going to need this for frying.
yeah. We're gonna put this on here.
Oh, we're going to put, eventually, we're going to put, here, let's not both turn around and leave the peeps alone at the same time.
Seem fine.
And,
You guys seem fine with it to me, honestly.
No, I mean, I know you're old enough to supervise yourselves. But
Yeah.
Just in case you actually tuned in to be entertained and not to look at the backs of our heads. But this is why I find this thing incredible. For those of you who tune in week in and
I'll
week
go back
out,
and hear this.
and you know why that I'm scared of it, it's already boiling. Stick 'em tossing
It is.
home, man.
But you do know
oh,
it's got a boil button too? That's specifically for water.
Oh no. Oh, you said that you had a boil button.
I know, but I was trying to explain the reason is the fact that if you put water on there, if you want water to boil, it will boil so fast that if you have that boil button, you can even time how long you need to boil it for. It's really good.
I'm just getting I'm warming up the element back there. Boiling.
Don't mind that induction burner.
Listen, I don't mind it either. Like I said, it's not like I don't use it. It's just I find it heats very quickly, and you have to be very present and very mindful, which you should be in the kitchen anyway. But it's intense. It gets very warm very quickly.
Oh, Phoenix Caprice is here. Hello, Phoenix.
Hola.
So nice. So many people I haven't seen for a long
I
time.
know. It's the holidays bring all of the people socially
Exactly.
together-ish.
Which is odd.
Which is
I
good.
I get it. I get that it's good. I know.
Well, we can't all get together and like spread our germs in person. So
Yes.
we might as well.
Did everybody in Quebec get the alert yesterday? We were alerted. That was the fun. Again, is it just me, or we haven't had the phone updates that they have in the States until like the past year, really?
Like Amber Alerts and stuff
Like
like
Amber
that?
Alerts.
I think for about 2 years, 3 years, I think.
I don't
Right, this
remember
is
them
boiling,
before
so
that.
I'm just going to shift it to the back
Yep.
and turn this off for
I'm
now.
going to go back to the main camera here. I'll do that.
And I'm going to need to pay slight attention to it for a
I'm
moment.
just going to put this back. Is that okay?
Please and thank you.
All right.
And the other thing I'm going to start to do, even though it has nothing to do with anything for a moment,
just
and I'll
burped. Just
let's
burped.
bless you.
Excuse
It's
me.
the 151. It
151
might get
is good.
silly in here tonight.
I don't know.
And I'll let you go
I'm just
back,
glad we got a show going.
back to your alerts in one moment. I'm going to peel some potatoes while we're talking because I didn't want to do them in advance. So if you're making latkes with us, now would be a good time to peel potatoes. If you're not, hang out. Watch
I think
me.
we're going to have a fair amount of time to peel potatoes. Where are we at right now? We're still about 45 minutes in.
But I still got to make some latkes. So,
I will peel potatoes with you.
you know, this ain't the army. I can do it. Tell your
I
story.
know, but well, it didn't really have a story. Now you make it seem like it's so hyped up. And really, I was just saying that everybody see the Quebec alert, just in case you hadn't. You can ask a friend.
The alert that nothing has changed.
Yeah,
Yes.
the alert that is everything is exactly the same.
Which is garbage.
I don't get the alert. I thought that's what it was already. The fact that we got alerted.
I think it was a little reminder of like I think it was called the government covering their ass before they start handing out
I
$6,000
think
tickets
whoever
to people.
puts out the alerts, somebody showed up at their house. And they're like, oh, fine.
See, and I thought
There is an emergency. Don't go to people's houses, Karen.
and it's funny because I thought it was an Amber Alert, and I got kind
Yeah,
of
that's what I thought, too.
concerned and upset about it. And then I was like, "Oh, for real, guys!" Like, but
Why don't we
God.
ask them a question?
we should do that.
We should ask them. Every week we like to engage.
Oh,
Engage?
giggity giggity! It's gonna be an episode.
No, it's fine. It's an easy word to trip over.
It is.
We like to engage with the audience, get everybody involved. You've been a very chatty audience tonight, which I love. So let's ask some questions. And what's nice is we've had on the show, we've seen some people who are celebrating Hanukkah, some people who are not celebrating Hanukkah, but are here for the Hanukkah show. So let's ask our first question, shall we?
Yes.
Let's see if I got. Oh, I didn't put us in the right place. Hang on, let me just fix where we are. Oops, I put that in the wrong place. Hang on, I'll fix this.
Oy
Fixing
vey,
things. I'm just gonna move us. Oh, it was so good.
Balagan.
There
Oh
we
my God,
are.
I never speak Hebrew on the show. That's so
There
funny.
we are. All right. So, what is the best Jewish food item? If you had to go, now I have had the joy in my life of knowing a fair amount of people who are of the Jewish persuasion and have had some fantastic Jewish meals in my life, your family included. So there have been, and there's some things that I just love. probably because of my obsession with Woody Allen as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And all things New York. Mm-hmm. But what if you? Now, I know what is mine. What is my favorite Jewish delicacy? Mm-hmm. What is yours?
I think, you know what a hard time I have making decisions. If, possibly.
This is such a, you didn't say anything, you just made sounds.
Possibly what we're making tonight. Like, I love me a good latke, and if anyone, I mean, we know there's people from the burlesque community watching in Montreal. I miss the latkes from the main.
I think mine are better.
You make a mean latke, but at 4...
I make the most non-kosher latke
But
you could
at
possibly
4
have.
in the morning, when you've had one or two too many, and there is a Jewish deli 2 doors down, when you stumble out of the bar, that greasy main deli latke, I miss that like a lot. A lot. And chicken soup. Chicken soup and matzo balls, I could always eat chicken soup and matzo balls.
I get what you, and I think those are great things.
And you, I think I know what you're going to say, but I
My
might not.
favorite, what most people attribute is to a Jewish delicacy, and I will say I love a good brisket, but I think I may prefer a Texan-style brisket over the traditional Jewish-style brisket, but I love them both. They're both really good. But
They're both valid.
Yes. But if you're going to ask me how I would do a brisket, I would do it on the barbecue versus roast it. But my favorite Jewish food in the world is gefilte fish. I love gefilte fish. I've always loved gefilte fish.
More than kugel, you like gefilte fish?
Kugel is German.
Kugel's also Jewish, and that's
I know,
what I always
but that's
find.
the whole thing. To me, I don't. I've never, all my life, I never thought of kugel as a Jewish food until I started obsessing on Woody Allen.
But you see, and I think that's so interesting because for those of you who have tuned in who might be a little bit light on the Judaica side of things, there are Sephardic Jews, and Sephardic Jews, as we get to eventually frying our latkes, Sephardic Jews often fry their latkes, or back in the day used to fry their latkes in olive oil. Sephardic Jews are Jews that are born in Africa,
Yes.
in the Middle East.
North African and Mediterranean.
Mediterranean Jews, basically. Ashke Jews, like me, we used to fry our latkes in schmaltz, which is chicken fat.
This is good to dip bread in, though, too.
It's vile. It's disgusting, but it's delicious. It's gross. It is so gross, but it is so good. So tonight we're not using olive oil, and we're not using schmaltz. We're going to use just plain old veggie oil.
Veggie oil.
Because I can't.
I love a good latke, and I think I got to a point where I was like, I wanted to learn to make latkes. This is when I was living before. I think before I met you, I started making latkes, just because I really loved the main latke, but I always wanted to make a latke. But I make the most goyim latke there is. Because I hear what you say about the olive oil and the schmaltz. Those are very good. But the best thing to cook your latkes in? Bacon fat. It creates this wonderful, sweet, smoky little flavor infused. And I just realized when you asked me before, I told you the wrong thing. I didn't just use flour to bind my potatoes. I used buckwheat flour.
Okay. That's cool.
So the buckwheat flour with the bacon, to me, made it a really good latke.
I'm sure there are many Jews that wouldn't disagree that a latke fried in bacon fat sounds absolutely divine.
And what's really nice about that is I used to make it for breakfast, so that just meant that you had to make bacon first.
Well, I remember, it's so funny. The first time
drink.
Yeah, that is a really strong drink. Be careful, friends, if you're on the 151. I've had literally.
I did those as 1.5. They could have been ones.
That's how much I've had.
That's
and
a
I'm
double.
already
That's a double already.
I didn't eat so much today, as per the
Yeah,
norm,
that's
but-
maybe the issue. You made a lovely sandwich though earlier for us.
Well, thank you. I do make a mean sandwich.
Yeah, it's terrible. It insulted me the whole way down. Said racist things
Now,
to me.
see, you're right. Like, we've got to stay focused, man. Focus.
You said you made a mean sandwich.
No, we were talking about latkes.
Latkes. Well, first of all, we were talking about food. What is the best Jewish food?
And
now,
we asked them a
I want to
question.
see what the other people say.
Yeah, me too.
What do the other people say is the best Jewish food. Oh my God. We have a lot of things happening here.
Oh, well, let's just
I was in a drugstore. Okay, Sean Colton talking about everyone is listening to the phone while he was in the drugstore watching the show. Oh, that's funny. Passover flaky chocolate bars from Miss Alicia.
Oh yeah.
But is that like the same as the British flaky bar?
No. The Jewish flaky, right? Like the one with the Hebrew writing with the
Because
translation.
I love a good like Cadbury
There's a
flaky.
Cadbury flake, which
I
is
love that bar.
unfortunately like. I used to live in Birmingham.
You've brought it up
No,
every time
no. Stop saying that. I don't bring it up. I say I lived in England. I never say I lived in Birmingham, where the Cadbury factory.
Okay, sorry. Yes,
was.
you're totally true about that.
So I
Totally
lived
true
in
about that.
Birmingham,
I see where you're
where
going with
Cadbury World and the Cadbury factory was. Cadbury flakes are a lot better than the Israeli kosher for Passover, but I didn't know that when I was a kid. So the kosher for Passover flaky, which is pretty much in essence the same thing, but the one that's Israeli and kosher for Passover, like it has a special place in my heart too.
What's
'cause-
that British chocolate bar where it's just basically like a little lattice of caramel that's got chocolate dipped? It's about that long.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
no, because I'm not a big chocolate fan. I was thinking Galaxy bar right away. But
No,
it's
not a Galaxy bar.
because
It's
Galaxy
a
bar was
long
the
chocolate
best.
bar, and it's basically just like lattice of
If Lori Morrison was watching, she'd know exactly what we're
delicious. I
talking
love that.
about.
It's probably my favorite British chocolate bar. Anyways, Mariev's is chopped liver, especially the chopped liver sandwich at Beauty's.
With the onions, right?
Yeah, Beauty. We had a big panic about whether or not Beauty's was closed the other day. You do your thing. I'll read it to you.
I'm done. I'm just,
Oh, I thought you had to.
Oh
do
no, I
more.
was peeling.
Okay, sorry.
I've got to
Your
get.
mother said kasha and bow ties with brisket.
Yes. Mom.
Yes, I've had your mother's kasha bow ties with brisket. It's excellent. It's delicious. Matzo ball soup from Misty Portugal. Sean Colton is wondering if the temperature difference of frying amongst each of these three play into a different flavor. I think it's an interesting idea. The bacon tastes delicious.
But bacon and schmaltz, like, would
Yeah.
probably very much yield that you're talking about like rendered animal fat. So the result is probably very much the same.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that back in the day, Jews would have used bacon, if it was kosher. And kosher chicken, because of all the like bloodletting that has to happen, is saltier, which would probably also render schmaltz more like
Very interesting.
bacon fat than like an olive oil.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I'd like to
So
know.
I would venture that olive oil breeds one result, and then schmaltz and bacon fat probably yield a very similar result, minus the plus or minus.
I think,
on the,
but
on
I
the,
also think
on
that
the guilt fat.
the olive oil is nice because I think you get a. I know when I'm frying in olive oil, I fry quicker because you don't want that to sit and smoke. So I tend to fry it quicker, and it's a lot more lightly fried. So you get a little bit. It's not quite as crunchy. You get that sort of a little bit of crispness, but then a softer.
But again, we're talking about necessity, right? Like
Yeah.
these are recipes that, if we believe in all of the stories, date back for years and years and years and years and years. So originally the Sephardics used olive oil because it was right around the time that they were pressing olive oil.
Yeah.
So
Can
it
I assume
happened
by
to-
this that you're going to see what it's like
Of
if
course,
you air
I'm gonna.
fry?
Of course, I'm gonna do
We're
the
gonna try air
fryer.
frying.
I'm gonna try to.
What
air
does it happen if you air fry? Because I don't know if you know the flavor of air. It's very light.
It's not at all like bacon fat. What a different world it would be.
We have.
Hunker down, kids. It's gonna be an episode.
It's gonna be. This is good. This is a good drink. I like this drink.
This is intense.
Can't wait till we make another one.
Is everybody weighed in?
Oh, everybody's good. I've read everybody's.
Okay, cool.
I've ever read.
Forever.
Fuck off. Sorry, algorithm off.
Bye.
No, we have the best cast of people that work with us. Unfortunately, Chef Duy-An couldn't be here tonight.
He's
and
doing Jello exams.
Next week, he's doing Jello exams.
He's got 2 solid weeks from
of
the Jello Academy.
From the Jello Academy. When
Jello
he comes
exams.
out of it, he will be a Jello
Black belt.
aficionado. A black belt. A Jello black belt.
Great.
Which
Wait,
is
wait,
very
hold on,
hard
wait,
to tie.
Which is like a which is just
What's below the belt?
The belt.
The pants.
It'll be a Jello belt pants.
You got Jello pants. We're doing something. Don't walk off camera. Don't walk off camera.
No, my joke made me laugh so hard, and that's embarrassing.
I don't know if it was that joke.
It wasn't such a good joke.
No, it's okay.
It doesn't
Come on,
deserve.
You're allowed to be on
it doesn't
screen.
deserve.
What the hell is going
It doesn't
on
deserve
here?
this much laughing.
No,
it was a
it
really
doesn't.
bad
But that's all
joke.
right. It's okay. I was upset that you missed that what was below the belt was the pants.
I got it.
All right, we should have eaten more. Should have had less rum.
No, or just
So Chef
chosen,
Duy-An
or just chosen a rum that wasn't 151 proof, right?
Well, there's only a little bit of that in there. So Chef Duy-An won't be here this week. He won't be here next week. But he is writing. He is actually writing exams. So if you know Chef Duy-An, please send him a message because he loves when people do that. Just say, hey, hope it's going well.
Jello.
But he'll be back in the new year. But who did not let us down? And not that Chef Duy-An let us down. Well,
No, Chef Duy-An had.
no, I'm not. And in all fairness,
Chef
he lets me
Duy-An
down
is-
every week.
And
So
see, I disagree. The way I look at it is,
you,
Chef
you
Duy-An is-
disagree that he lets me down?
Yes.
No, he lets me down
I think
every
your
week.
bar is set a bit high from a Jello perspective.
Well, I didn't have a Jello
It's a
perspective.
bit
I
bouncy.
didn't realize that when we started the show, that's where the perspective had to be.
Well, we're talking about Jello, so by nature.
But
it
I
should
didn't
be
know
a
it'd be
little
Jello.
bit- a
The
little bit-
man cooks a brilliant pork. Why is he making Jello? Anyways, we enjoyed Elle. Thank you. We have the most wonderful, sexy woman. She eats food for 1 minute.
She is. Just
And
1
this
minute,
week-
because if she ate it for 2 minutes, it would be too much.
That's
and
too
your,
much.
And your brain would blow up.
And as people said, this is the fastest minute on the internet.
It is the fastest minute on the internet. Are you ready?
Oh, I hit the wrong
Stir
button.
crazies.
Because this week, it gets a little nutty. It gets a little cuckoo.
Are you ready?
And very, very dangerous.
Here we go.
Our sexy woman
Who eats food?
for 1 minute.
Butterscotch Blondie!
That is a big ass knife.
That is a.
You know what? That's not a knife.
That
That's
was a knife.
that's a knife.
That's a knife. And she, not that it matters, but she's not a big person, so proportionally, that was a very large
big
knife
knife.
for a very small human.
But again, depending on how small she is, because that could be just a regular sized knife then. You know, I noticed you lit the candles for Hanukkah, but
Yes.
by the time you bring it on, they're going to be out.
Well, because you light the candles when the sun sets. So unfortunately, I was lighting them more tonight from an actual Hanukkah
So if we bring
purpose.
that out right now, we're going to lose the effect. Well, later, we will lose the effect.
Oh, we can. Hanukkah's going till next week, so we can actually bring it back next week.
We'll have a
but
Hanukkah one.
but next week the whole menorah will be full. Tonight we only have one candle, so by next week the menorah.
So
will
you're
be
saying
full.
that Hanukkah's not really good tonight?
No,
not a good
no.
Hanukkah.
I was deferring to
Doesn't seem
the
very-
showmanship thing, and I thought that the menorah would look more impressive.
I
Although
think just Jewishly, that's not very. for
if,
positive.
like, you can't bring it over because that one's about to blow out. But
That's what I'm saying.
That's beautiful. If you
should've
could,
brought.
like, we should have.
If
Or
I-
should
for
take a
what?
picture.
Every phone I have is a camera right now.
I know. Alas, it's beautiful. Trust us. We just had a full conversation as if you weren't there. Sorry, friends.
Well, no,
Hi.
that's the whole point of a show. We can have conversations with us too, you know.
With us too, you know?
I'm really glad I made you this drink.
I'm really glad. Yeah.
All right, what's going on?
We're going to make some latkes.
Latkes!
All right. What we've got...
Wait a minute. Question. Hanukkah question. Why do you have latkes for Hanukkah?
All right. It's not so much necessarily about the potato pancake for Hanukkah.
That's
it's
fine,
about
then.
the... Are you going to listen to the answer? Or you're just going to be a... I'm so glad you made us this drink. It's not necessarily about what we're frying at Hanukkah. It's about the fact that we're frying.
All right.
Are you going to ask me why? Because I could tell you why.
No, I was assuming that's where you're going next.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to prompt me.
I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to get involved. Last time I said anything, you bit my head off. So let's get to
shushy your face. So anyway, hey friends, the story of Hanukkah dates back to...
We're not asking about. I'm asking specifically about the latkes and the oil. Then.
But that's why I'm trying to
Oh.
explain. You need to understand.
Never mind. I'm listening.
Okay. Hanukkah dates back to like
Go on.
the 2nd century BCE, right? Greek Empire, Jews, King Antiochus, Antioch, or in Hebrew Antiochus, who basically told the Jews
I'm very pro
they weren't.
Latkes.
Shush, your face. You asked. I'm telling you.
I know.
Who wanted the Jews to assimilate and not do Jewish things anymore, and there was a conflict.
Conflict.
There was some warrior dudes called the Maccabees who fought against like this Greek army, and they won. So it was kind of Hanukkah's an interesting Jewish celebration because it is both the commemoration of a military victory of sorts and the defense of religious freedom, as well as the celebration of a miracle.
All
So I'm still getting to why we fry food. I know you asked a simple question, but we're Jews. It's never
What's
easy.
beeping?
The apples. Could you take the top off and give them a little stir?
All right.
So, what happened? The Maccabees defeated the Greeks, and they...
Their top or my top? Never mind. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
They reclaimed the temple where the Greeks had erected statues to like Zeus and this and that. They wanted to cleanse the temple of all of the heathen Greekiness. And they wanted to light the menorah. And there was only enough oil in the temple to light the menorah for one day, but the menorah burned for
The menorahs?
The menorah burned for...
Benora the Explorer?
Oh my God, shut up. The menorah stayed lit for 8 days, which was the miracle part of Hanukkah. So you've got the religious freedom battle part of Hanukkah. Then you have also the miraculous part of Hanukkah, which is that this menorah burned
The Explorer?
for 8 days. So why do we eat latkes?
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm coming back to that part.
Such a schmuck. We eat...
I'm a schlemiel.
Schlemazel. We eat fried food on Hanukkah to commemorate the fact that there was only enough oil to last technically for one day, and the menorah burned for 8 days. So we fry up all sorts of shit for Hanukkah.
So the frying of anything celebrates the oil.
Where we also eat sufganiot.
Who's that?
They're donuts.
Donuts.
You made reference in the promo to donuts, which we didn't actually talk about in the
No.
promo, but we also eat donuts is also a Hanukkah food because it's fried in oil.
Fried in oil?
Yeah, fried in oil. Is that your other new band name?
No, I was fried in oil as a child.
Were you?
Yeah. But just for holiday purposes.
Just for Jehovah purposes. All right, here's what we got going on. Step one. Are you still with us? Have we lost all of our viewers?
We've got
Or
a nice
gained
group
viewers
today.
because we're silly.
This is I think this is the point where everybody is like, okay, they've had a drink and they haven't clearly eaten enough, And this is where the popcorn comes out. It's like, oh yeah, this is why we turn into stir crazy.
Oh, I hope so.
Not for the cocktails, not for the food.
For this ridiculous.
For the train wreck to come.
For the train wreck to come. All right, so here we go. We're going to train wreck it a little bit. I have 2.5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. I peeled them. I quartered them. I have taken out my handy food processor, which I am going to move onto the board in 1 second.
Yep, I'll move it
Now,
up there for you.
some people would argue.
My octopus t-shirt.
This is my octopus t-shirt.
Has everybody seen that on Netflix? My octopus
oh God,
t-shirt.
my God, if you haven't seen my octopus t-shirt, go watch it.
T-shirt?
It's not my octopus t-shirt. Cool.
It's a different documentary. It's very specific.
Oh my God.
You try to wear an octopus? Not comfortable.
Shushi, you're fatty.
I was talking first.
Some people will argue that using the hand grater is better from a starch perspective. If you are missing the gym and you would like to hand grate a bunch of potatoes, who am I
To say no.
to say no? You know, you do you, boo-boo. But
You
this,
do you, boo-boo.
Hey, boo-boo, you
Hey,
do you,
boo-boo,
okay?
you do you.
But instead, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to take my lovely food processor, which has the grater attachment at the top, and we're just going to drop this stuff in. Oh, it. I should probably just keep the grater going.
For the greater good. All right. That grater got away from us. All right.
Okay, we're done with potatoes.
You're done with potatoes, are
We're
you?
done with potatoes.
All right.
We have a lot of potato here, friends.
How much potatoes is a lot of potatoes?
This is 2.5 pounds of potatoes. It's got like, there's like potato juice milk on the
Potato what?
juice milk.
Juice milk?
Yeah.
Juice milk.
Oh yeah, juice milk.
Potato juice milk. What is potato juice
What
milk?
we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this in a colander, set over a bowl, and we're gonna let
Some foods are
greater than others. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna have a little spatula,
Yeah.
please. We're gonna let this potato just drain. So it's in a colander, but it's set over a bowl. There's a reason for this, because we want to grab some of that starch that is going to drain out of the potatoes. So we're
Never
just
get
gonna-
rid of that potato water. That's good starchy water.
We're gonna just let that sit for.
Do you squiz yours?
I'm gonna squiz it eventually, but I have to do some onions first.
Oh, you're gonna squiz
So I'm gonna take some of this tater starch out of here.
Yeah. You put onions in your.
Oh yeah. C'est nécessaire. Onions is not an option, I don't really think.
Okay. I don't use onions. So
You don't use onion?
no, I don't use
You
onion.
just use potato.
No, I use a few spices and I'll use some garlic. It's a delicious latke that I make. So don't look at me like I'm
I
crazy.
taught you how to make a latke.
I did.
You need onion. Onion, c'est nécessaire. Some people use onion and green onion. So like
I
double.
use green onion.
Double.
Green
All
onion
right.
is
Well, you
green
never.
onion is important.
You never brought up the onion thing. Now, same as with the hand grating of the potatoes, some people will argue that you should hand grate your onion. If you're going to do that, I suggest that you get
That's
some.
great.
I suggest that maybe you get goggles and gloves, because
Also,
like
if you're going to play racquetball.
hand grating your onion is not so awesome, I don't think, unless your onions have like, you could probably throw them in the freezer for a little bit before.
Yep. That's how I usually do. If I got to grate an onion where you have to hand grate it, always freeze it first. Or get it cold. Get it
Well,
firm.
put it in the fridge, yeah.
No, get the freezer. Get it in the freezer
Oh
for
no,
like
you can also
25 minutes.
You can. It's also valid to put it in the fridge.
Okay, here's something. Everything I've said that has annoyed you, don't look at what he said. Everything that I've said that's annoyed you.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Sean Colton, and I'm sorry, Sean. This is how I get out of the doghouse. So, they are hash browns?
Que desastre, que horror! In case you don't speak Hebrew, I came at you in Spanish. No, they're not hash browns. They're potato pancakes.
What's the difference between a hash brown and a potato?
No one has ever asked me that question. I would assume ethnicity.
How can you tell what ethnicity your potato
Well,
is?
I think if it comes from Tim Hortons, it's probably not Jewish.
What
that
about
fair?
McDonald's?
Mick, Scottish. If that's a Scottish potato pancake.
What about McDonald's?
There is no McDonald's. I don't know.
You don't know that.
You know what? I don't know a lot of things, but what we're going to do is we're going to keep going because we have a limited amount of time, and I'd like to actually finish this recipe. Here's the thing. If I was going to be grating these onions by hand,
Or on a curve.
don't move. I would probably use this
The
level.
Parmesan grater.
I would use the Parmesan grater. I would go pretty small with them just because. But because we have a show and we want to get it done, and I also don't, I have a lot of eye makeup on, and I don't want to stand here crying, I'm going to use the same level of that I used for the taters.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your technical speak. The zhuzh?
Yeah, the zhuzh.
There's so much zhuzh in that.
There is zhuzh.
There's a lot of zhuzh. I like how Sean tried to suddenly blame this on me. I'm talking about Dan's. Dan's isn't including onions. They're not hash browns. They're latkes. What makes them, it's like if I serve you them and I go, these are latkes.
Okay,
And you go, are they hash browns? I go, no, don't be a dummy.
Does that change it for you, Sean? Does that make it better? Is the addition of Dan saying to you, don't be a dummy, change?
With Sean, I think the addition of some kind of,
Reprimand. He likes that.
you know what I mean.
Merry Christmas, buddy. Happy Hanukkah.
Domination, submission element to it.
But here's an interesting question. Like, what's the difference, if we're going to play this game, can I have...
Yes.
What's the difference between a latke and a rosti, right? Or
Ah.
a roasty. Like, so every...
Rusty's drier for some reason.
Probably the lack of all the other stuff I'm about to put in here. But a lot of European peeps have various versions
outing.
of the same...
Sean's going for an outing.
He's going for an outing?
He's going to go for an outing. Bye. No, we're... If I'm the one that's outing that, Sean, and you haven't met you.
Okay, gonna grate some onions. Doing that now. That's it, my friends.
That's
Okay?
it.
That's it.
A little bit onion.
A little bit of what now?
A little bit onion.
Can I have
Yeah.
the red? Oh,
The
no,
red
I ha-
one.
Oh no, I have
You got the green
Oh,
one
no,
there,
I have
that's
the
all
green
right.
one. I love the red one because it's so small.
I know. Here's the red one.
Okay,
You want
this
the red one?
onion is. I'm not gonna lie to you. This onion is definitely a little bit.
I'm so glad that my wife likes them.
Large. What?
Nothing. Big hot.
I missed that entirely. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have gone for a smaller grate if we weren't live.
That's great.
We're gonna.
You don't want the onion water this time?
I'm gonna tell you why in a second.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but you need to let me tell you why, though. We're gonna put this all. Oh my God! Don't make cocktails with 151 rum if you've got a
It's not the
chill
151 rum.
on the. What,
No, it isn't that.
what is it then?
It's the lack of food.
I think it's the 151.
There's not enough 151 to really
Maybe
be...
there is though.
Because we burn a lot of that, too. I let that sit for a very long time.
No, you did not.
Yes, I
It
did.
was 7 seconds.
That's long enough.
It's not. So here's what we're gonna do. We've put the onions and the potatoes together in this colander. I'm gonna let them just sit for like 2 minutes. Why?
Did you put any spices in them?
Not yet. I'm gonna
Okay.
put a little bit of salt in here to pull some of the water out. Right? Right.
Okay.
You say?
Yep.
So why am I doing this way? What's going to collect in the bottom is going to be a hybrid liquid solid where we're going to be able to pour off some of the liquid at the top and keep some of the starch, the potato starch at the bottom. We're actually going to scrape that out of the bowl and use it to bind our latkes a little bit, right? To make them slightly starchier.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're just going to sweat this out with a little bit of salt. Let these drain for honestly like 3-ish minutes. I'm just putting this all together. For this amount of potato, we could have done with another onion. Do you want more onion?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you don't- you
we
don't even
gotta
use-
move on. So.
All right, I've got to move on, guys. I'm
Well-
so sorry that it took so long to grate potatoes.
But
and onions.
you're here, and the time is there.
Well, then that's fine. Then we should do that.
Yeah, I know. We should do that one next.
So we're just going to let this drain for a bit. It's Hanukkah. If you're with us, it probably means you're not with your family. If we go a couple of minutes over, if you're upset about it, feel free to let us know in the comments.
All right.
If you're okay to hang out with us till like 7:15, then we can talk about a ton of stuff.
Yes. I don't want to. I'm just trying to figure out how much we can push this computer. That's also the other.
Oh, that's also a thing.
All right.
Sidebar, just took the applesauce off the heat.
Was
Gonna
that over
let
there?
it-
So they can see it? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go overhead for 2 seconds.
Overhead. Going overhead. Oh, that's the question. Sorry. Overhead.
This is broken up quite nicely on its own.
Yeah, it's nice.
If you were making baby food, and I'm not even being facetious at all, if you were making baby food, you could probably leave it or like mash it with a fork. I am going to eventually, when it's cooler, I will take the immersion blender and blend it out a little bit more. But this is where we're at on our applesauce, friends.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. We didn't have any specific Hanukkah music that I could go to this week. And Ben has sent us a ton of Christmas music. And I felt that that was probably not in the right vein for this evening.
Okay.
So I wanted something that still worked. So I went to an old classic of Ben's.
Well, I
'Cause I
like
wanted
old classics.
Ben's. And I think if there's anything that made me think of something that was appropriately Jewish and one of Ben's songs, it was this one, A Friday Night In. Everybody, Ben Cardili.
Oh, baby, you know what day it is. TGIFUTGO. Thank God it's frowned upon to go out. Hit me. Getting ready for a Friday night in. Yeah. Crack the whiskey while I finish the gin. Open the blinds, cause we're dressed to the nines. If the neighbors never see, it's a sin. Pick a movie that we ain't gonna watch. Ain't no secret there's an itch in my crotch. Shouldn't be a tough sell while we're stuck in this hell. It's a shot that even I couldn't botch. It's the right time for some loving, and we've used up every excuse. You got some fresh bread in the oven. Okay, we'll eat it, of course, then pants are gonna get loose. After taking time to Skype with your dad, start to realize this isn't half bad. Check all our texts, and we're ready for sex to the greatest Friday night that we've had. And is it weird that I'm not missing the world? I'm being spoiled from all this time with my girl. visit my pets, Trudeau paying my debts. Look out, I'm coming in for a twirl. Ain't no people talking loudly. The streets are quiet and calm. As for traffic, hardly any. You'd think that some crazy fucker called in a bomb. Take cover. Now I know some folks are suffering, and that part still makes me sad. But this home life sure beats working. To think some of us could be cleaning toilets instead. No shame in that, so enjoy your little Friday night. No one wondering where the hell you've been. We're all in our rooms just avoiding our doom, and that's exactly why I'm wearing a grin. I tell you personally, I call this a win. God, I'm loving me this Friday night. Yeah.
That's Ben Cardielli, everybody. Friday Night In from the album A Great Indoors. He's amazing. I gotta work with him tomorrow night, so I'm very excited.
That's awesome too. Oh my God, we both get to do cool things tomorrow. You get to work with Ben. It's a corporate gig, right? Though it's
I'm
not
doing
on
a
the
corporate
internet.
gig with Ben tomorrow. Yeah.
It's not like I mean, it's going to be on the
And it's
internet.
nice. I got to work with a few people. Darren Henwood's on the show.
Darren Henwood. That's a name
Andrew
I haven't-
Albert is on the show.
Oh my goodness.
Some very good people are on the show. I like it.
I'm going to be on the radio tomorrow morning.
You're going to be on the radio tomorrow morning at
8 o'clock
8:45.
tomorrow morning. No, 8.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock
On
on the
why
Cube.
don't you come here and tell people? Don't just stand there.
I'm
Don't just drop that bomb and then not stand here
I'll
and plug
come
it.
back, but I'm creating
All right.
anticipation.
But you've already said it, so it's literally no anticipation. There's no anticipation.
I'm stirring and pressing liquid out of potatoes.
All right, I'm going to make a drink because that's apparently what we need. I'm going to make these a little nice, a little easier. And again, what I love about this drink is because it's an equal measure of the rum, the Baileys, and the Goldschlager, whatever you want to adjust it to, that's pretty simple. The overproof is dependent on the size of the glass. So because we have a wider glass, we're going to go a little more overproof.
Do you want a smaller glass for this?
No, I don't. This is hilarious.
Oh.
This is a funny, and again, a little chocolate. I love the little chocolate that's going on that. So we're going to go with this one more time, which of course is...
If you think it's funny, let us know.
I'm going to see if I can get this to work.
My mother for sure doesn't think it's funny.
Nope. I'm going to go here. There we are. This is one more time the Guilty Gelt. A drink of my own creation, based on the Bailey's comment, though very close to the Bailey's comment. So we are going to start with, this time I'm going to go down to an ounce. So we're going to go an ounce of each. So an ounce of Bailey's. So we're making 2. We're going to go 2 ounces. This is where it's like, and then we're going to go an ounce of the rum. I generally should have done the Bailey's actually last. I like to do the Bailey's last so that it stays clearer in thing. And finally, an ounce of the Goldschlager, which of course in German means gold. Schlager. Can you grab me the ice, please?
Ice? Yes, absolutely.
To this, we're going to go here. We're going to go overhead. To this, we are going to add, oh, that's the question I hit.
Oh, no.
Hitting the wrong button. To this, we're going to add an eyedropper of the chocolate to give a little bit of chocolate. I know I did that with an ounce and a half, but I still think that, you want to have a chocolatey flavor to this. And we're going to fill this with some ice. What I did.
By tipping the question, it's like telling children that there is no Santa Claus.
It was still the same question.
All right, then it's fine.
And it's the old question. I haven't changed to the new question yet. So that's okay. We are going to book, flip, and shake. How? I'm just right in my face. You whip your hair in my face.
I want my hair back and forth.
Whip my horror back and forth. And I need, oh, it's a little potato-y, that one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Many a starch.
it's all right. Who doesn't like a little starch in their cocktail?
Cocktail?
We're going to pour that into our coupe. Bring that into here so they can see. Can we,
Go main?
I might as well go man. We did
We
this
can
the
go
last time.
main.
I'm going to go right into here. All right. And lastly, we are going to now create our flame. You said you had matches. Why don't you grab me a match? That'd be amazing.
Well, I do have matches, but I would have had to go like on a mission. You better just listen. So hold on.
There we go.
Oh shoot, dude.
Well, that's all right. You don't have to if you don't want.
No, I know I have them. Like
All right.
in this house, we have matches. But had we been better prepared for match?
Well, I'm sorry. I was rebuilding the entire show. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Wah.
Excuse me?
Matches.
Where did the bar spoon go? It was right here.
It might have blended in with all of the potato stuff into sync.
Oh, I see.
Every once in a while, it's important to go Irish.
I don't know why that is not ending. I don't. Let me get rid of that.
There, hold on. There's your thing.
There we're gonna go. Get rid of that. All right. So we are gonna add our. Wait! Don't touch it yet. Let it sit. Let it cool for a bit. You always want to let it set up. There we go. So you want to get that nice little layer of it on there. All right, now, you want to do it? Okay. I'm just going to use my torch.
Here's your torch. I'll drink butane. It's the holidays.
There we go.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
There we are. They're both lit quite nicely. Yeah, there we go.
So realistically, what we have now is a greater proportion of 151 to the alcohol that we had before,
no,
yes?
no. This is,
Oh, it's
I didn't do quite as much.
No, I understand, but it's on fire.
Well, let that burn off a little bit, though, because what you're looking for, and what I think is nice is because of the burn, you get this nice little film, which reminds me of the gold foil from the Gelt. Just kind of a nice.
Oh, it's
All right.
true. I see what you're saying. I see
Yeah.
what your point is. I
And
get
then we're
your
going to blur
point.
that out. There you go.
Hold on, wait. My husband recently told me that sometimes it
You
relights.
want to let it sit for a second because that light's on you. You don't want to have that happen.
You'll find every hair your esthetician missed if you light your face on fire. I promise
There
you.
you go.
Are we
Shall we?
ready?
One
We
more
shall?
time.
Oh, that's very hot at the rim.
Don't grab it at the rim.
Well, I didn't mean to. My thumb just did a
There we
thing.
go. Ooh, that one's quite hot.
I told you, it got really hot. I don't know why. That's why I licked the corner of my glass. I felt like Kristen Wiig for a second.
It's a really good drink. It's a really good
It's
drink.
delicious.
It's
still,
not as sweet as you would think it would be.
It still tastes like butane, and this cup is really hot. But
I don't think it tastes like butane.
you don't think?
No, not
At
at
all?
all. No.
Yeah, I disagree. We have different taste buds. But that's
There we
the
go.
deal. All right,
Boom.
get your shit
One
on the
more
front.
time. The flaming guilty Gelt.
While you drink your guilty Gelt, let's crack some eggs into a bowl.
Crack some eggs into the bowl.
And can you pass me a fork, please?
Fork. Fork, yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot my stir crazy apron.
You want an apron? I'll give you mine.
I don't know. I'm
Here,
very.
here.
I don't know. Oh, thanks.
Perfect.
Excellent. Beat 2 eggs.
Like they owe you money.
Where's my Gelt? All right. We've got 2 beaten eggs. We have a very strong cocktail.
Oh.
Um,
By the way, if you're watching on Periscope, we want to say hi because we have so many people that watch on Periscope that for some reason don't quite show up into our numbers.
Feel free to drop a comment on our Twitter or
On our YouTube, Twitter, Twitch.
And welcome. Hi, Periscope people. We love you.
There's so many people. Joe actually watches a lot on Periscope.
Joe,
Your Joe.
Joe?
Well, our Joe.
Our Joe, but like my best friend Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He watches on
My best friend
Periscope.
Joe.
But we have a lot of people who come in and watch on Periscope.
And that only means that in 2021, I will up our Twitter game. I will be all over my characters on the internet. Characters on the internet.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
All right. Here's a weird thing that happened.
What happened?
Let's look. Could you go overhead?
Want to go
for a
overhead for a
second?
second?
Oh yeah,
go
I want
overhead.
you to go overhead because
This is brown,
this
weird,
is
soupy
gross.
water.
This
Okay,
is
so
some
this is potato water. It became brown.
this is some gross potato water. But
There's
okay,
the
but
start.
hold
There's the
on.
beautiful start.
There's the money shot, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Okay, good. So we're gonna
Here,
lose.
tilt it the other way so the
hold
light
on.
hits it. Tilt it the light away. There you go.
See
Now-
that,
oh,
friends?
Wait, hang on. I don't know why this is. Let me just get this
Hold
out of
on.
the way.
No, but I'm trying also to not separate it too much because I want to keep it. So
I'm getting rid of it. There we are.
you're doing photography purposes and I'm doing culinary purposes. Okay. You see all of that?
Yeah.
We want to keep that. So hold on one second. Oh, Dan.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it had settled so nicely and I didn't want to shift it around on the bowl. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to very quickly whoop, pour off that liquid. What do we have? We have some potato stuff,
Starch.
starchy stuff left in the bowl. We're going to take all of this, we're going to stick it back in here.
So you don't need a ton of starch, though. You need like a
No,
teaspoon of
it's like a
starch.
tablespoon maybe. Teaspoon. Okay, cool.
The brown is normal, though. The potatoes oxidize
Of
according
course.
to Elisa Perez.
Of course, it just doesn't look nice. That's all. I like
I think it looks great.
I like pretty things.
Let me get the Goldschlager out of the way.
We got 2 eggs in
A
there.
long time since I've had Goldschlager.
Daniel, I'm cooking now.
I'm drinking now.
We're gonna get some. If was that salt chili? Where's my salt? Oh, it's on. How did the salt end up over there?
Your salt is.
It's just over there.
I'll get your salt.
Thank you. We got salt.
Why did you bring your salt over here?
We got pepper. We're gonna pepper this a little bit. Now, some people use matzo meal. Some people use panko.
I like buckwheat.
You like buckwheat flour? I've got some breadcrumbs because I'm using what's in the house. I also don't love matzo meal. Like, I understand using it at Passover when it is the only alternative. I don't really love using it in my food. Can you also pass me the soap because I'm going to get in there with my hands? Thank you. I just want to get a quick rinse. Cleanliness is next to godliness, friends, and it's the holidays, so
Yeah, there's a lot of things next to godliness, which really.
just my clean hands. So in a pandemic, I think it's okay. I think that's fair.
That's fine. If that's where you want to go close to godliness, I don't have a problem with
I
that.
do. In this measuring cup, I have 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs because of all of the recipes I looked at. This was the maximum amount of binding agent that was out
You don't
there.
need a lot of binding agent.
So I'm going to start very slow. Like, I'm just going to put in a little sprinkles in here.
Want to go back overhead?
I still have over half a cup left. Hold on. Can you take my Santa bracelet off, please?
Santa bracelet.
Thank you, Santa bracelet.
There you go,
And
beautiful
I'm
girl.
going to take my rings off. And we're just going to get in there with our fingers.
Take my earrings off so you can get a fight.
No, and then we're going to fight big time. No, we're just gonna mix this real quick. Super easy peasy lemon squeezy. So here's a funny Hanukkah memory for El Diablo. When I went to nursery school, can you pour a little bit more breadcrumb in
Yep.
here, please? Thank you. There we go. That's good. When I went to nursery school, every Friday we did Shabbat.
Friday.
Every Friday, there was like a little Shabbat celebration. We were in nursery, so they were like teaching us about religion cutely, not obnoxiously. And still super wet, a little. I probably should have pressed these harder. I'm sorry, guys. We've had 151. I'm going to press it now. You know what? I'm going to press it now. No, I'm just going to.
Well, you're pressing it into the. No. Whoa.
Pass me another colander for 2 seconds.
100?
Thank you.
Colanders.
Don't hold me to this. If you come to my sister may or may not be watching. These are not the latkes I'm going to make for you. Don't worry.
But you said that was exactly the latkes you're going to make her.
Shush it in your face.
But you said,
I just want to press some of the extra
these
liquid
are the
out.
latkes she's going to get,
Stop.
whether they turn out or not.
There's extra liquid in here, and I want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I usually press mine quite a bit. What? No.
Well, thanks for offering that bit of advice as we're doing this show together.
My cocktail.
I researched my latkes too, but just because you fed me 2 151 cocktails, and I forgot to, you want to get as much freaking liquid out of here as you can. All right, let's go. Let's get some oil in the pan. I'm going to use
more
Yep.
powder. Some more thing in there.
Yep.
All right.
But I also want to, thank you. Thank you, thank you. There we go. We're done now. I also need to get some oil going in the pan, please. Don't worry about me. I got this.
All right.
Friends, I apologize. If you use this video for anything, it might be the how not to latke.
I think it'd be good. I think they look good.
It's going to be good. They're just a
not worried
little bit
about it.
wet. They're just a little bit wet. I should have pressed them out a little bit more. I was very concerned about straining the liquid out of the potato starch, but I wasn't as concerned about straining the potatoes, and I apologize for that.
Why do you have to pull this?
Because mea culpa, I made a mistake.
You don't know until you made them, actually. You actually don't know if they're a mistake.
I know.
until
Can
made
you
them.
put some oil in the
Yeah,
thing?
for sure.
Cool. If you're still watching, thanks.
There's a lot of people still watching.
I know.
Now at this point,
I think
it's
at
like,
this point,
what are
I'm
we-
not sure if they're watching to see like if it's gonna go bad.
I
Like,
want to get in there so I can put the thing.
you can go in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Can't do it from that angle. I gotta go from this angle.
Oh, that's what she said.
Oh, shit.
That's what he said. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Daniel.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to.
No.
Okay, move this fucking thing.
What? Shh. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, there we go.
I know, everything's fine.
It was. Now it is.
What temperature you need it at?
About 375.
All right.
And we're going to use, I'm not using schmaltz, my friends, and I'm not using olive oil. I'm just using plain old canola for now. I did start to tell the story like 2 minutes ago. When I was in nursery school, every year, every Hanukkah, they'd have the Hanukkah celebration where they'd make latkes. And every year, without fail, there would be a grease fire in a classroom. And one of my earliest actual memories, not the memories that like people have told you about that you've internalized, but one of my earliest actual memories was being in the dress-up area, I guess, of nursery school. Like, you know, the make-believe corner where there was costumes
Sure, I'll
and
go
stuff
with
like
that.
that. And I never liked to put the costumes on top of my clothes because that wasn't authentic. I knew this at 3 years old. So I used to like strip down to my underoos and like put the costumes on top. And in a different classroom, while I was busy doing my costume changes or whatever, there was a latke grease fire, and my nursery school teacher had to like scoop me up in my underoos and take me outside in the freezing cold.
What were the
And
underoos you were wearing?
I don't remember. This story has been told to me so many times. My mother always used to be like, why? Every other kid could just put the costumes on top of their own clothes. Why did you need to like...
Where's the creativity in that?
Why did you need to get naked to put your costumes on? But yeah.
Where's the creativity in that?
I don't know. Is Debbie still
I don't know. What do we got?
Debbie might be mortified.
Maria Boucher says she salts them and leaves them in the strainer to sweat a bit, then press them in a cloth. I do that too, where I put it in the
And
coffee.
I should have pressed it, but I was too concerned about everything else. I'm sorry.
Don't stop apologizing. Just, you haven't cooked them. You don't know if they're bad yet.
Well, I already know that I made some missteps.
Yeah, but that missteps may turn into a brilliant
It might.
realization. So don't apologize
No,
for
but I
anything
think
until you have the. Oh, this is getting hot here, isn't it?
No, you ready?
Let's make some latkes.
Oh, and I'm bleeding. Oh.
A lot of latkes. All right. While we're making some latkes,
You ready?
yeah, go for it. Hey, wait, let me go overhead. Oh, let's get that. Oh, there's some latkes frying.
They're gonna be delicious.
Either way, they're going to be fantastic. The wetter they are, they spin a little bit more.
Oh, I know.
All right.
That's okay. I'll just get more.
While
food.
that's happening, I'm just going to quickly go over and talk a little about what's happening.
For Christmas?
Yeah.
Can we tell them why it's not happening properly just yet? Oh, it was all a computer snaffer.
Don't know why I shouldn't have set that up properly. All right, I'll fix that in a minute. No, I'll do it this way. So, for those of you here last week, you heard us talk about on Christmas Eve, we want to do a show on Zoom. It's going to be, and I'm just going to do it right now. This is going to be, here we go. There, I got it there. Now I'm in there. Our Starky Crazy Christmas Eve. This is going to be a little bit different than our normal show. Christmas Eve is a Thursday. We're doing a Pancakes, but this one is a special show where it's not happening the way you normally have. This is a Zoom show. People can come in and join us.
We want it to be more intimate
yeah.
a little bit.
So it's happening on Thursday, December 24th. It's the Pancakes extravaganza. We're moving to Zoom for one night only. Hang on, I got to do it this way because of how things are happening. Now, not only are you going to get the show, but we are going to make food for everybody.
If you wanna.
If you want. So if you would like to join in on the food portion, we will, and you're in the Montreal area, we will deliver you a Christmas dinner.
You've got options.
There is the full Christmas dinner, which
careful,
includes,
careful,
while
careful.
you're standing there and they watch you
Just-
fry, it
watch me
includes
fry.
turkey, stuffing. My stuffing. It's my stuffing.
It's your
It's
stuffing. Yes, yes,
it's a
yes,
sausage
yes,
and
yes,
parsnip
yes. Can
stuffing.
I have
What do you? A what?
I don't know, something that I can flip this with, please.
Okay.
Thanks.
You can't flip with that thing.
Because it wasn't flipping, because it
Oh.
wasn't holding.
So, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, cranberry sauce, gravy, and dessert.
And these aren't skimpy portions. This
No,
is
this
like
would
a
be-
pound and a half of
This would be
turkey.
good food. Or if you're a vegetarian, we're doing the vegetarian option, which is the mashed potatoes, the sweet potatoes, the Brussels sprouts,
And soup.
a pumpkin soup, which you were here for last week. No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, you saw our pumpkin soup and dessert. All of that. If you want the full Christmas dinner, it's $40 per person. That gives you the dinner. It gives you it delivered to you in the Montreal.
Delivered in the Montreal area.
And
so there's no delivery
you will get
fee.
a Zoom link so you can come and join in the show. If you want the veg, it's a $25 per
Ticket
person
price.
ticket price. And if you just like the Zoom, unfortunately, if you're not in the Montreal area, but you'd still like to come and watch a show, you can still get a Zoom link. It's $10. With each of those options, $5 is going to be donated to Chez Doris.
So what you guys really get, you're getting like a full meal, you're getting a night of entertainment, you're getting a delivery basically to your door, and a charitable donation, all for either 40,
25
or $10.
Well, $10 you're going to get the meal.
well, $10, you know, but again, you can still get the warm and fuzzy feeling.
You're still helping the world.
You're still helping the world. So yeah, these aren't looking so
Yes.
bad.
No, they're pretty good.
We're frying these.
The deadline for ordering is December 15th, and the delivery will happen on December 23rd and 24th.
And I have had a ton of personal messages from you guys. You're so amazing as to how do you order. We were going to set this up on
I was going to see if I
Facebook,
got that.
but Facebook would not allow us to have like multiple tiers or whatever with
Yes.
this and that, whatever. By tomorrow at noon, and I am committing this live, so like by tomorrow at noon on our store on Shopify.
Stircrazy.shop.
It'll be there. You guys are going to have to choose the standard shipping if you want food, which means free in Montreal, because otherwise there's a bunch of other parameters that we have to fill out. But anyway, it'll be up and running live tomorrow.
Yep.
And we're going to have tons of fun. We've got
Lots of
special
food.
guests. We've also special guests for Christmas Eve. We're going to make a cocktail. We might even make a little recipe, like a little
Oh,
dessert.
Tristan Ginger is here. Hello, Tristan.
Hi, Tristan Ginger.
So all of that, you get a meal, you get a show,
You get a charity donation.
you get a charitable donation. And we're gonna have a fun party together. It's all gonna be in Zoom, so we're gonna have people chatting. It's gonna be a little bit like we love that people can chat here, but maybe we'll have a little bit more
Like your faces. We can see your
audio and faces. We'll do a little bit more. It's gonna be a fantastic time. Please, stircrazy.shop starting tomorrow. It will be there.
As of noon.
You can order. It'll be fantastic. Very excited. Let's go
Okay,
back
I need
and
to
see
know
what's
about
going
this.
on.
Daniel, I'm sorry. I need to know, what is this happening
That's
in
the
my
curdling
drink?
of the Baileys.
Oh, it's just Bailey's curdle?
Baileys curdle. But you get that nice little film.
I know, but I thought maybe this might be happening for other people at home, and they're going, why is this happening to my drink?
It's a little curl of the Bailey. As soon as you add the very overproof booze.
I don't like it.
I like it.
I don't like it. It's a
All right.
All
How
right.
are these going?
Here's what we're
I've
going to
got
do.
the light or the camera there, so we're gonna let those dry.
Friends.
I hold this.
No, I've got this.
Okay,
Friends.
well, I didn't know.
We normally would have made tons and tons more of these, but we've been running along, and we're fully booked, and we need to eat these. So here's the deal. I am going to take these out of the oil. I have a drying rack, a paper towel, and a baking sheet. Look
Those are
at that.
great. Those
These
look so
look
beautiful.
delicious.
I think it'd be fantastic. I don't know why you're apologizing.
Because they were a little bit wet.
Let me hold this while you do it. Because it's
No,
hard
I'm
to-
just going to give them 30 seconds. I
I know,
wanted
I'm
them
gonna
to...
hold the rack.
Oh, thank you. I wanted a uniformity in the color because the other side wasn't
But if
quite
you
as
just
fried.
put the lighter side down, they'll never know.
They wouldn't know, but I would know, and I don't like to lie to you. And you know that. And that's why you keep tuning in and week out, because I'm not a full of shit
I don't think
person.
that's why.
And you're not a full of shit person. So,
Full of algorithms?
full of algorithm shifts. Ooh, see?
You're very bad at that.
I'm not. I think it's time for us to get a new flipper, because this one clearly has no legs anymore. All right, so I'm going to turn this off for 1 second. Hold
You wanna
on.
move that part?
No,
You're
no,
not
no,
gonna-
no, 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 no. No,
Oh.
I got it. I'm going to be
All
very
right.
careful.
All right, you do that.
That's
I'll
fine.
put these down
You
here.
put those down there.
All
the
right.
other thing I want to show to our friends very quickly.
Oh, this looks so good.
Overhead, please.
You want a little smashy?
Overhead. I want a smasher.
Overhead.
I also want an overhead.
You got your overhead.
I just need the potato masher. Thank you. Do we see this, my friends, my lovelies? Okay, so this was 6 or 7 apples, some water, not very much sugar, less than a quarter cup of sugar, and we have fresh, delicious applesauce. Like, how easy was that? A little bit of cinnamon.
You sound very infomercially.
No, but
How
it's,
easy
no,
was
but, no, but it's legitimately true.
You
How-
can applesauce anything.
But stop making fun. I'm saying, for those people who don't think that making homemade, delicious, nutritious food is easy,
Yep.
how easy was that? This was honestly 6 apples, some water, some sugar, some lemon, some cinnamon.
There's a lot of food that is so simple to make. All it is really is just make it and then walk away from it for a
Regarde, les amis, on a des latkes, on a freaking applesauce.
Can we eat it?
Yeah, we can.
Are we allowed to eat it?
If it's not too hot, I want sour cream.
In just 3 easy steps, as Sean Colton puts it.
Yes.
Oh! All right, I've got plates.
I spilled chilies, but that's okay.
All right. We didn't break anything. That's good, though. I'll get that. I don't know why I thought that would work. It was a good idea at the time.
It was not.
All right. You're fair. That's a totally fair statement on your part. I'm going to give you this good one. I'm going to take this one. Oh.
For those people who assume that Danny D is more sober than I am, here you go.
All right, a little of that, but I need a little bit of this to go mix in there.
I know.
You got to mix your applesauce.
I disagree.
And you want a plate? You want a fork?
Look at that. No, I don't want a fork. I just want to open that up for our friends. Like, look how delicious that is.
It's nice. It's very fluffy. Oh. Oh yeah. See, you're apologizing the whole time, and I think it was so perfect.
Oy
They're
vey.
they're delicious. They're firm, but they're still creamy.
Like my boobs. I don't know what that means. Yeah, these are really
They're
good.
crispy. I don't know what you're about.
I think that little
whatever you thought you were doing wrong, you did right.
No,
Yes.
that little potato trick of keeping the starch that comes out of your potatoes but getting rid of the liquid, that's a really good idea. Do that. Did you have any of the applesauce?
I have. Of course I did.
Okay, cool. I didn't because I don't like applesauce. I just made it because. What? Who's?
They're laughing at me dropping the plate. I'm going to get this plate.
It's okay.
For those of you who didn't believe, the plate is totally fine.
Semen tov and mazel tov and mazel tov and semen tov, semen tov and no.
Semen, what?
Yes.
Who? Who's Semen?
Tov.
Who's Tov?
The most exciting guy at the party.
Really? Well, because he's got all that semen.
Tov. All right. Here's the deal. We talked about Christmas. It will be up tomorrow. Honestly, friends, if you want food, I like I explained last week. It pains me greatly not to be able to all get together for the holiday season. Also, I want to be able to donate more money than I currently am financially capable of doing it. So, just in case you missed Dan's thing, if you are alone for the holidays, or if you are not, if you just don't feel like making a whole Christmas dinner for yourself because that's a bummer, I'll do it for you. We'll do it for you.
The Stir Crazy. It's the Sturkey
Crazy Christmas
Sturkey
Eve.
Crazy. The first annual
Yep.
Sturkey Crazy.
What you're getting is a
Sturkey.
pound and a half of sturkey, which is actually turkey.
Better
That's
than
not that-
turkey.
No, it's
It's
not.
better than
it's not
turkey.
that's actually turkey. It's not like some
Better.
spam.
It's future turkey.
Dan, stop. A pound and a half of turkey.
Future turkey.
Some stuffing.
Future stuffing. Well, it's in
Mashed
the future.
potatoes, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and dessert. If you are a vegetarian, we've got pumpkin soup, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, Brussels sprouts. I might make some bread, some funky, good vegetarian bread. And then if not, if you just want soup or you want to add soup, we've got that as well.
You can add soup to the full Christmas. We're going to give you the option to add soup if you want. All
$5 from every meal that you guys buy will go to Chez Doris to help
good
women.
knockers.
All sorts of women right now. Women, it's a women's shelter and it's very important and whatever. And then we'll all get together.
$40 for the turkey dinner. $25 for the vegetarian option.
No, $25 for
That's what I said. $25. And $10 for the link so that you can come and join in the party.
And we're gonna get together. And it might not just go like I said. It might go to Sank to whatever. Who
We'll see what happens.
knows?
We'll see what happens.
It'll be a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's definitely
Our
worth the
annual
$10.
show is a once in a lifetime.
This one.
This one, once in a
It's
lifetime.
2020. It'll be a once in a lifetime opportunity.
The 2020 show is a once in a lifetime. You're totally right. I feel like an idiot for even questioning.
If you're still watching, I honestly thank you from the bottom of my heart because I know how much too much 151 I've had tonight. So thank you so much.
I've had a good. These are really good latkes.
They're not
They're
so bad.
really good latkes.
By the way, in case you didn't know, El Diablo makes really good food.
All right.
Christmas.
Did you have fun?
I had a great time.
You have a happy Hanukkah?
I'm worried they didn't. As long
Stop
as you
it.
guys
Stop.
had no.
Stop it. They had. If they
As
didn't
long
know-
as you guys had fun, I had fun. Yes, I had
Really?
fun.
Your,
Yeah.
your fun is dependent on somebody else?
Sometimes.
Never. My fun is never dependent on you. I'm having fun either way. Love you guys. I'm the Divine Danny D.
I am Elle Diabloe. Happy Hanukkah. Wear a freaking mask.
Wear a goddamn mask, you happy Hanukkah sons of bitches!
Mom, I love you.